Okay, so we have our one column layout, and I want to take the navigation, I want to make a navigation bar. And now that I've done this little centering technique on the header, the banner, I'm going to take this out and I'm actually going to drop it along the top window of here. And I want it to extend across the entire length of the screen, however wide that needs to be. So in order to do that, we're going to have to pull the nav out of the header. So I'm going to cut it right here, and I'm going to paste it right after I open the body, before I even open the section. And then the effect of that will just be that by putting it there, it will make it so it's the entire width of the screen, because it's the section with an idea page that we have set as far as the width goes. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. And then let's take a look and see what it looks like. And there's my hyperlinks. We can't really see it much. So now it's time to style it. And hopefully this will be really short. If we go to my navigation style sheet, I have nothing in there at this point. So let's go ahead and start targeting. We're just going to work our way from top to bottom. I'm going to go ahead and target a nav with the class of main. All right. Go up here. And in our nav, what we want to do is let's go ahead and set a background color. And I've already done this for my, hold on. Excuse me. I've already set the colors I want to do with the color palette. So I'm just going to put the colors in and not talk about how I do it, because you can figure that one out. So I'm going to go ahead and set a background color. And on this one, it's actually it's all the same color. It's 26, 26, 26. Save our changes. Let's go take a look at what it looks like. And we're just going to kind of knock it down one thing at a time. There's the color. One of the things you're going to notice is there's a little bit of margin up there. And we're going to deal with that in a moment. And I don't want that margin there. I want it at the very top. Okay, so we'll fix that. But before we do, while we're on main nav, let's try a little something. Let's try to do a border radius. Let's put some rounded corners. And technically, you don't need the rounded corners on the left and on the right at the top, but we're going to put them on the bottom. And we'll see what that looks like. So we're going to go ahead and do a border radius. Radius. And we're going to put a 0 for the left top, 0 for the right top, and then we'll do a 10 pixel, 10 pixel, save our changes. Hit refresh. And now we've got the rounded corners. I don't know if I like that. It looks kind of weird, so I'm going to just take that border radius off. But at least you knew I could have done it if I wanted to. And let's go ahead and set the height while we're at it. And I'm just going to set it at 3 EMs. I've tested it out, and the way I'm going to design it should be pretty good. Hit refresh. Notice the links expand beyond it. That's because, well, those are all block level tags. And then what we're going to do is we're going to target, we want to center our links inside. And the way we're going to center it is we're going to use the text align property, but we're going to apply it to the nav so that the text, which is inside our nav, will be centered. Okay, see how that works? So it's text align center. Save our changes. Hit refresh. Now all the links are centered. The bullets are not, but that's okay. We're going to fix that in just a little bit. And for more information on styling horizontal nav bars, go watch my video. Now we're going to target the main nav and the UL that's inside of it. And we've done this before, but always remove the bullets, especially if you're centering it. List style type of none. Let's remove that margin, and I want to show you what happens when we remove the margin. Bam, puts it at the top. Okay, let's add a little bit of padding all around. 1 EM. Space that out for nice pretty codification, or code prettification, whatever you want to call it. You won't see the padding just yet. It'll come into play in a little bit. Let's go ahead and target our list item. Now, on each of these, I'm going to start with nav main because that's the outer code, and then we're going to target each individual one. I've seen designers put nav.main, ul, space, li, space, a, but in reality, any list item in my main nav is I'm going to target this. I'm going to display it as inline. Save my changes. And now my tags are all inline. And then let's go ahead and do some decoration of our hyperlinks to make it visible. First thing we want to do is let's go ahead and set a background color and a color. Background color, we're going to use a tag, it's B2CFDD. And we're going to do a color. Always set background color and color when you're dealing with text. It's always a good idea. And we're going to make this color the same color as the nav. All 26s. Let's save our changes. Hit refresh. Now we can kind of see it. Still pretty ugly. Let's go ahead and add a few more changes. We've got our color, background color. Let's do a little border radius. I think I do want to do it in here. And we'll do a 5 pixel. Save our changes. Actually, I'm going to add padding too. We're going to add half an EM on the top and bottom and 1 EM on the left and right. All right, I'm going to go ahead and keep coding here. So we added some padding in there, spaced it out a little bit. Let's go ahead and we want to remove the underline, so that's text decoration. We're going to set it to none. And so we're working on our main nav A, text decoration of none, removes the underline. We've got our padding, border radius. Let's go ahead and add a little font weight to it. We'll make it bold. And then let's add a little box shadow. I like a little box shadow. Remember, the first value is the horizontal offset. Second value is for the vertical offset. And the third one is for the amount of blur. I'm going to have no blur at all. And then I'm going to try a color of, we'll try a little, almost a white. We'll do an EEE. And let's take a look at it, see what it looks like. You see how I put that little border around the bullet, or around the, it's kind of a pill shape. You may decide not to do that. While I'm already on this topic, let's go ahead and do a hover effect, and then let's add a little gradient and call it good. So we need a hover effect, so that's nav.main a hover. And one of the things I tend to like to do is just reverse those colors. However, I'm thinking of doing it just a little bit different. Let's see what happens if we try a different background color. And it's pound F5 50. So there's a lot of red, half green, and a good amount of blue. And when we hover, it gives us this kind of pink look. I got it off of one of the lights that was in the reflection. Okay. Okay, so at this point, we've got our colors, we got our hover. You might want to reverse now this. I'm going to go ahead and do this box shadow here. And this time, I'm going to put it on the opposite side. -1 meant move to the left. -1, second one meant move up. Now we're going to move to the right, and we're going to move down on the hover. Okay, and it's going to be the same color, no blur. So hit refresh, and let's test it out. So now you see how it switches. By switching, it kind of has this effect like it's being depressed. Not getting sad, but, you know, I'm pressing it. Okay, you get the idea. All right. So let's go ahead and add a gradient. Now, when it comes to gradients, I have a hard time just kind of explaining all of it, and there's a lot of bugginess in different browsers. So I find it's best to go to a site that will have an automatic CSS gradient generator, and we're just going to use that instead. Okay, I kind of like this one, CSS-matic, because it has some presets on there. And so I might want to choose one of these presets, do it down. So you can have a preset like this. It's a little bit more of an abrupt gradient. And then if you scroll down here, you got the CSS code for it. And so what you can do is you can scroll down here. Let's just copy the whole kit and caboodle. Yes, I said kit and caboodle. I'm going to get rid of those. Actually, I'm going to keep the color as is. And then I'm going to add this big, beefy, chunky set of code. This is why I let automatic ones do it for me for now. I'm hoping for the day, and it may actually be today, and I'm just too lazy to go find out, but I'm waiting for the day when I no longer have to, oh, what's the word? I no longer have to go to an automatic generator. I can just do it myself. I don't like the white on the bottom. That kind of bugs me. So, but anyway, that's how you do it. You can just go to one of these presets, and then you can style it any way you want. And then on this, I'm going to change this color stop to, I don't know. I don't like it going to the white. I think it should be whatever color that is. Or maybe even darker. Maybe something like that. Okay, but anyways, you play around with these, and then you can copy the code, and you can just keep working at it and take a look at how you want to do it. So I'm going to let you figure that out. Yes, it is a lot of code. So it's under background. I just go over here. I'm going to paste. I want to tab it over. Save my changes. Hit refresh. That looks pretty good. How about if I hover? So there you go. I mean, that works in and of itself. On the next tutorial, we're just going to talk about final touches, and that dealing with some of the colors and things like that to make your hyperlinks better, and then thinking about tags you want to add. Thank you.